Hello students, we are going to continue with integration in polar coordinates and recall double integral over a polar region R f of r comma theta dA equal to, by Fubini's theorem, this double integral can be evaluated in terms of the iterated integrals. First you integrate with respect to r, integral r from g1 of theta to g2 of theta f of r comma theta r into dr, keeping theta fixed. Then this object is going to be a function of that theta which is fixed. Now you integrate that function of theta with respect to theta in between the limits alpha to beta. So this is going to be the value of the double integral of f of r comma theta over the polar region R. And when you take f identically equal to 1, then the double integral becomes area covered by the polar region R. Thus area is equal to double integral over R 1 dA, which is equal to double integral over R, and dA is r dr d theta. We will do a few examples. First example is you have to find the limits of integration. For integrating a given function f of r comma theta, and the region R is given to be lying inside the cardioid r is equal to 1 plus cos theta, and outside the circle r is equal to 1. So you have a cardioid and a circle, and the region is the area in between these two curves. You are not asked to integrate the function. You are asked to find the limits of integration. That's it. So first let us plot the region R. So do you know how cardioid will look like? Cardioid is in the shape of a heart. So this is the cardioid. R equal to 1 plus cos theta will start from this point when theta equal to 0, and it will trace like this, and it will reach here when theta equal to 2 pi. And r equal to 1, it's a circle. It is circle centered at the pole and radius is equal to 1. It will start from this point and reach back at this point when theta equal to 2 pi. And this is the shaded area which lies in between the circle and the cardioid. Now I have to decide what are the limits of integration. This is the region R. So double integral over R means theta varies from where to where, and R varies from where to where, that we have to decide. So first let us decide the variation of R. So R varies from where to where. So to decide that, you draw a line starting from the pole, that means from the origin, and projecting aerially like this, or like this, or like this. Now at what value of R it enters the region, that is the lower limit of the integration with respect to R, and at what value of R it leaves the region, it means that ray leaves the region, that is the upper limit of that integration. So a typical ray like this enters the region when R is equal to 1, because this is R equal to 1 circle. So at R equal to 1, this ray enters this region R, and when R is equal to 1 plus cos theta, this way leaves the region. So the lower limit of integration with respect to r is r equal to 1, and the upper limit of integration with respect to r is r equal to 1 plus cos theta. Okay, so that's what we have to do. R limits of integration are r equal to 1 to r equal to 1 plus cos theta, and theta limits of integration are, okay, so theta limits of integration. So theta varies from here to here. So when theta is here, it is minus pi by 2, and when theta is here, it is typically theta equal to 0, it goes on, and the region R is finished when your theta is equal to pi by 2. So theta limits of integration are theta equal to minus pi by 2 to theta equal to pi by 2. So double integral over r f of r comma theta dA equal to, first you evaluate with respect to r, integrate with respect to r. So r equal to 1 to r equal to 1 plus cos theta f of r comma theta r dr. That expression you integrate with respect to theta. So theta from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Hope you understand. Let us go to the next example. You are given a region R in the Cartesian coordinates, and you have to integrate using polar coordinates. So change the Cartesian into an equivalent polar integral and evaluate the polar integral. I am giving you 3 problems. So first problem is, so here integration with respect to y first, keeping x fixed, then you integrate that expression with respect to x. X varies from minus 1 to 1. So this is the first problem. Similarly, in the second problem, integration with respect to x first, then integration with respect to y later. And in the third problem, integration with respect to x first. This expression you have to evaluate with respect to x, keeping y fixed, and then the function of y you are getting in that way has to be integrated with respect to y between the limits minus 1 to 1. So these are the 3 problems. We will do the first problem. So here integration with respect to y. So y varies from 0 to square root of 1 minus x square. So what is y equal to 0? Y equal to 0 is x axis, and y is equal to square root of 1 minus x square is upper half of a semicircle of radius 1. Upper half of the circle of radius 1. Right? Y equal to 1 square root of 1 minus x square means y square is equal to 1 minus x square, or x square plus y square is equal to 1. But here you are taking the non-negative square root, positive square root. So you will get the upper half of the unit circle. And then x varies from minus 1 to 1. So first plot the unit circle. First plot the unit circle. That's what you have to do. So let us plot the unit circle and take its upper half. So y is equal to under root 1 minus x square. Then x varies from minus 1 to 1. Okay. So this is the region R. This shaded portion is the region R. Now I have to evaluate the integral dy dx. But what is dy dx? It is actually dA. But what is dA in polar coordinates? It is r d theta. Okay. So this reduces to double integral over r, capital R, small r d theta. Understand? So double integral from minus 1 to 1, from 0 to root of 1 minus x square dy dx is double integral over r dA. This is by Fugini's theorem in Cartesian coordinates, and that is equal to, again by Fugini's theorem, in polar coordinates. First you integrate with respect to r. What is dA? It is r dr d theta, where r varies from where to where, theta varies from where to where. That we have to decide. So here r varies from 0 to 1. This is the r variation. This is the r variation. R varies from 0 to 1. And what is the theta variation? Here the x-axis, positive x-axis is theta equal to 0, and the negative x-axis is theta is equal to pi. So theta varies from 0 to pi. Understand? So integral r varies from 0 to 1, r dr, and that you integrate with respect to theta and substitute the limits. Theta equal to 0 to pi in the lower and upper limits. And here integrating with respect to r, you will get r square by 2. Substitute from 0 to 1. So what you will get? 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 d theta integral. So what is that? 1 by 2 theta. Theta varies from 0 to pi. So it is 1 by 2 into pi minus 0. So it is pi by 2. Answer is pi by 2. Hope you understand. So this is the first problem, and second and third you do as homework. Okay, we will go to next example. Find the area enclosed by the lemniscate r square is equal to 4 cos 2 theta. So this is r square is equal to 4 cos 2 theta, and we have to find the area enclosed by this lemniscate. Okay, so area is obtained by putting the integrand f of r comma theta is equal to 1, right? So area is equal to double integral over r dA. But double integral over r is integral with respect to r, then integral with respect to theta. So you have to decide what are the r limits of integration and what are the theta limits of integration. Okay. Now the required area is 4 times area that lies in the first quadrant. Okay. So let us compute the area that lies in the first quadrant. So in first quadrant here theta varies from 0 to theta varies from 0 to pi by 4. You trace the curve, Leibniz sketch. Hope you know how to trace polar curves. So when theta equal to 0, you have this line, and when theta equal to pi by 4, you have this line. So theta limits of integration are 0 to pi by 4. What are the r limits of integration? R limits of integration are, you draw a ray starting from the origin, not always from the origin, but yes, from the origin you draw a ray, so at which point it enters the region. When r equal to 0 itself, that ray enters that region, and at which point that ray leaves the region, when r is equal to square root of 4 cos 2 theta. So the r limits of integration are 0 to under root 4 cos 2 theta. So let us evaluate area equal to 4 times. This is because we are looking at the area in the first quadrant and then multiplying by 4 to get the whole area covered by the Leibniz sketch. These are the r limits of integration, 0 to under root 4 cos 2 theta, and the theta limits of integration are 0 to pi by 4. And finally you will get the answer 4. Work out this. And last example is evaluate double integral over r e to the power x square plus y square dy dx, where r is the semicircular region bounded by the x-axis and the curve y is equal to under root 1 minus x square. So what is this region? This region already we have seen in another problem. It is the semicircular region. Yes, this one. So the r limits and theta limits, they are the same. Okay, but the thing is, this integral is given in rectangular coordinates, Cartesian coordinates. So you have to evaluate this integral. So let us start integrating. So by Fubini's theorem, double integral over r is iterated integral. Integration with respect to y first, then with respect to x, or the other way around. But then if you are integrating with respect to x first, keeping y fixed, then what is the integral of e to the power x square plus y square with respect to x, keeping y fixed? So essentially asking what is the integral of e to the power x square. What is the integral of e to the power x square? That means, do we know some antiderivative of e to the power x square? If you know, then you can use that antiderivative to compute integration with respect to x. But the problem is, the antiderivative of e to the power x square is unknown. Nobody knows. So we cannot proceed in that way. So using rectangular coordinates, this is very difficult to evaluate. So let us try with polar coordinates and try. So using polar coordinates, we can have a trial. Double integral over r e to the power x square plus y square dy dx equal to double integral over r e to the power x square plus y square dA. But what is dA? It is r dr d theta. So Fubini's theorem I am using twice. One in rectangular coordinates and another in polar coordinates. And the r limits of integration are 0 to 1 and the theta limits of integration are 0 to pi as in the earlier problem. And you integrate with respect to r first. Substitute the limits for r, thinking of theta as a constant. Then that expression you evaluate with respect to, you integrate with respect to theta from 0 to pi, and you will get the answer pi by 2 into e minus 1. Thank you.